Hello everyone, this is MITS AICTE Prerna, a program under the collaboration of MITS with AICTE. This is an initiative in order to enhance the confidence of students for different competitive examinations. In today's lecture, we will continue the analysis of fixed beams uh, um, and we will discuss the special cases which comes under the analysis of fixed beams. This lecture is presented by Dr. Biraja Prasad Misra, Senior Assistant Professor, Department of Civil Engineering, Madanapalli Institute of Technology and Science, Madanapalli. You can take the heading as special cases. Okay, so in the first special case, we will have a case 1. Okay, now what is this case 1? So here we are saying that the fixed beam is carrying a point load. Fixed beam is carrying a point load, or you may call it as a concentrated load at the midspan or at the center, you may also call like this. Okay, this is the first special case. So for this we need to find out what is the slope, deflection, all the things we need to find it out. Okay, so now, so let us say, so I'm drawing the diagram of the fixed beam again, and let us say we have a load over here. Okay, now this is say A, this is B, and this is the center position C, and the distance from A to C, it is L by 2, and the distance from C to B, it is also L by 2. Okay, now, so how we will analyze this one, or how we will find out the values for this one? Okay, so as I said, so since it is a fixed beam, so here we will have one reaction force, here we will have one reaction force, here we will have another reaction force, and here we will have a moment, here we will have a moment. So let us say this is MB, this is MA. Okay, and this is RFA, as I said, this is RFB, right? Okay, so just like the previous one, what we can make it into two cases. So the first case will be, what will be the first case? The first case will be, this will be a simply supported one. Okay, so this is a simply supported beam, and this one, so we will have a point load here. Okay, that same point load, and again the distance from here to here, it is L by 2, and the distance from here to here, it is L by 2. Okay, now, so here we can say that here we have the reaction as Ra, here we have the reaction as Rb. Okay, and plus this will be another simply supported beam. So here we will have another simply supported beam. Okay, so this one, so here I have the fixed end moments MA, and here I am considering the fixed end moments as MB. Okay, so here, as I told, here this will be the direction of R, and R is the direction. Okay, so here I can write this as simply supported beam. I can write this one, the description of these as, so this is a simply supported beam, PORTED, simply supported beam with external loads, and this one is a simply supported beam having fixed end moments. Okay, so this is what we have, or we have disintegrated the fixed beam as case 1 and case 2. Okay, now if this is the case, then what will be the bending moment diagram for this one? The free bending moment diagram. So the free bending moment diagram for this one will be like this. Okay, so it will be here. Okay, so and the maximum value, or this value, it is, what is this value? This is W L by 4. Okay, and let us say, so this is positive. Let us say the area of the free bending moment diagram. Okay, so this, as I already mentioned, this is the free bending moment diagram. Okay, this is the free bending moment diagram, and for the this one we will have the fixed bending moment diagram. So how it will be the fixed bending moment diagram? So the fixed bending moment diagram will be, so this one. Okay, now as, so due to symmetry, see, due to the symmetry, this is L by 2, L by 2 and all. Okay, so MA and MA and MB will have the similar value. Okay, and let us say the area of the bending moment diagram is A, and the area of the bending moment diagram for the fixed and bending moment diagram, let us say that is A dash. Okay, uh, that is A dash. Okay, so if we combine these two diagrams, then after combining these two diagrams, what will be our net or the resultant one? So let me draw it here. Okay, the net bending moment diagram will be the combination of the two bending moment diagrams. Okay, like this. Okay, now this one is MA, this is MB, and this height we already know that this is WL by 4, this height till this point. Okay, but we don't know what is this value. We don't know that. Okay, and what is this length? Means here it is cut, yeah, what is this length, and we don't know this length also, right? Okay, so these values we don't know. Okay, so this I can write it as the resultant bending moment diagram for the fixed beam having a concentrated load at midspan. At midspan. Okay, right. So let's write it something about this. So I hope the concept behind the analysis of fixed beam which is carrying a point load or a concentrated load at a midspan is like this. Okay, so let's write it in words. This is what I explained you. You have to draw this also. Okay, so next let's go to the writing part. So how we will write everything and all. Okay, so here we can write it like this. See, it is always very important how you present in your exam. Okay, your presentation, it carries a lot of things. It shows how sincere you are, how much you have understood and all. Okay, so here we can write like a fixed beam, AB of span L carrying, or span L is carrying a point load at the midspan, full stop. Okay, the free and the fixed bending moment diagrams have been presented in, let us say, this is figure 1. Let us say this is figure or let's say yeah, let us say this is figure 1. Okay, next this one is figure 2. This is figure 3, or let us say okay, let us say this is figure 1, this is figure 2, this is figure 3, this is figure 4, this is figure 5, and this one is figure 6. Okay, so we have presented the free bending moment diagram and the fixed end bending moment diagram in figure 4 and 5. Okay, so that we will write it here, that have been presented in figure 4 and figure 5 respectively. Okay, now the fixed, the what I will say, the fixed end moments, the fixed end moments MA and MB are equal due to the symmetry of the structure. Okay. So now, so we all know, or we already know, we already know what we already know, that the area, this one, the area of the bend free bending moment diagram and the area of the fixed end bending moment diagram are equal. So we already know that the area of the free and fixed end bending moment diagram are equal. That is A equal to A dash. Okay. So if A equals to A dash, then now tell me what will be the value of A, that is the area of the bending moment diagram, this one, free bending moment diagram. What will be the area of free bending moment diagram? So this will be a equilateral triangle. Okay. So here, so it is half base into height. Okay. Now what is the base? This base, half base into height. This is L. Okay. So half into L into WL by 4. Okay. So it is, so this implies half into L into WL by 4 equals to, now what is the area of this one? This is already, this is also L. Okay. So either we can take, so what is, so this is in the form of a rectangle. So what will be the area? L into B. Okay. So MA and MB are same. Okay. So either we can take MA into L or MB into L. Okay. Both are equal, right? So this will be equal to MA into L. Okay. Now from this, can we find out MA? Yes, of course. So I'll cancel this one. I'll cancel this one. So this implies MA, sorry, MA equals to WL by 8. So if MA is WL by 8, we already know that MA equals to MB. Okay. So this implies MB equals to WL by 8. That is the fixed end moment. Okay. Right. Okay. So what will be the bending moment? Okay. So we have found out this one. We have found out, or we already know this value. Okay. That is WL by, the maximum bending moment is WL by 4. Okay. For a simply supported one. Okay. Having a concentrated load at the mid support. So if that is the case, then can we find out this one, this value? What is this distance? Yes, we can find that one. Okay, so that I can write it as, so therefore the bending moment at the mid span becomes mx minus mx bar. Okay, so mx, what is mx? Mx is the this one, this one, this one we call it as mx, that is the tree bending moment diagram. Okay, and this one we call it as mx bar. Okay, that is the fixed end sorry, fixed end bending moment diagram. Okay, so if that is the case, then what is mx? Mx is wl by 4 minus, what is mx bar? Mx bar we have calculated this one. Okay, so it is w l by 8. So if, so we have 8 is common, so 2wl minus wl. So this implies bending moment at the mid span equals to w l by 8. Okay, so this one, this value will be wl by 8, only this, from this one. This is wl by 8. Okay, now what about this r? What about this r, or yeah, ra or rb? What about this a and rb? Okay, so can we say that this ra and rb are equal due to symmetry? Okay, this, so here we have a concentrated load. So here I can write ra, or if I take moment, if I take moment across a, this is a, this is b. If I take moment across a, then r b into l equals to w into l by 2. Okay, so I can write, taking moment across, taking moment, or taking moment along a, we have rb into l equals to w into l by 2. This implies rb equals to w by 2. If rb is w by 2, therefore ra is also equal to w by 2, right? Okay, so the shear force diagram will be like this. So the shear force diagram, so this is, or the, okay, so now what we need to calculate more, we need to find the slope and deflection. Okay, so let's go to the next one. So I'm continuing the same case one. So here we need to find the next one is the slope and deflection. Okay, so let me change the ink. Let me use this one. Okay, so the next heading is slope and deflection. Anyone having any doubt till now?
Sir, excuse me, sir.
Yes.
You have drawn now, sir, that shear force diagram.
Yeah. This one.
The diagram, sir. Which one, sir? Plus part, which one minus part, sir?
This one.
That. But we have taken RFA is upside, no, sir, in fixed beam. So RFA from starting RFA, it will come from +2 up to W. It will go plus, no, sir.
Wait. Just a moment. RFA. Just a moment. Yeah. Sorry, this one. So if that is the case, okay. Okay, so you are saying the reverse of this one, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. No issue. Only the sign will change, right? So you mean to say like this? Like this, right?
Yes, sir.
You mean to say? Okay.
Yes, sir.
No, so same only. Only we are changing the sign. Okay, this is RFB. This is W by 2. This is also W by 2. Right? Okay. So now let's consider. Okay, is that it, or anything else you want to ask?
No, sir. That only, sir.
Okay. So let's go to the next part, that is the slope and deflection. Okay. So now again we will use the same bending moment equation. Okay. So we can write here like this: the bending moment at any cross section. The bending moment at any cross section in AC. Okay, so let me draw it once again. Okay, this is A, this is C, this is B, and here we have, this is C, here we have a load W, and it is L by 2, this is L by 2. Okay, so at any cross section in AC at a distance, of x from the end A, from the end A is given by so the same equation we have, EI into d square y by dx square equals to mx minus mx dash. Okay, this x is subscript. Okay, so if that is the case, so can we write in place of mx? So I'm considering So we are considering x bending moment at a section from here. Okay, so can we write it as w by 2 into x minus wl by 8? Can we write like this? So if you see here, see, this one is w by 2. Okay, if I'm considering at a distance x from the support, let's say this distance, so it is w by 2 into x minus, and here we have the moment. Okay, so this one, where is that, yeah, this one. Okay, minus w l by 8, this one. Okay, so what I mean to say is, okay, let us take, I'm taking that example of simply supported beam so that you can understand it well. Okay, so this is here w. Okay, so I'm saying that I'm having here ma, this is w, wl by 8. Here I am having wl by 8. Okay, and here I am having w by 2. Here I'm having reaction as w by 2. Okay, now if I take a section here which is at a distance of x from the left support. Okay, so what is the bending moment at this section? So it is, let us say this is RFA, this one RFA. Okay, so it is RFA into x minus this one minus MA. Okay, so that is W by 2 into x minus WL by 8, right? So now if I integrate on both the sides, so integrating both the sides, we have, so EI into dy by dx equals to, so if I integrate this one, w x square divided by 4 minus w l into x by 8. Okay, and what is the general rule of integration? So after the integration we will add a constant, that is c1. Let us say c1 is the constant. Okay, now we need to find out what is the value of c1. So the value of c1 we will get from the boundary condition. Boundary condition means, okay, you may ask, sir, what is boundary condition? Okay, so boundary condition means this one, at these two ends. At these two ends, what is the condition? Okay, so since this is a fixed beam, so at this end, the dy by dx, that is 0. So at x equals to 0, dy by dx is 0. At x equals to L, again dy by dx or the slope, it is 0. Okay, so that we can write it here, that at x equals to 0, dy by dx equals to 0, and at x equals to L, again dy by dx equals to 0, right? So if that is the case, then can I write, so at x equals to 0, okay, x equals to 0 means, so EI into dy by dx is 0 equals to This is 0 minus 0 plus C1. Okay, so can I say this implies C1 equals to 0? So now we have only carried out one integration. Still now we don't know what is the value of y. Okay, so again we integrate that one. So integrating once again. So if I integrate once again, what I will have? So can I write like this? So ei into y equals to, here if I integrate, that will be wx cube divided by 12. I am integrating this one. Okay, so wx cube by 12 minus w into L by 8 into x square divided by 2 plus C1 is 0. So since we are again integrating, we will have C2. Okay. Now, so again, we need to find out the value of C2. Okay. So again, we will put the boundary condition. Okay. Now, what is the boundary condition? At x equals to, see, here now we don't have the dy by dx. We don't have the deflection term. Okay. So sorry, here we don't have any dy by dx, we have only y, so it means we will consider the deflection. Okay, so here at center there will not be any deflection. So can I say at x equals to 0, y equals to 0, at x equals to L, y equals to again 0. Okay, so I can write at x equals to 0, y equals to 0. If that is the case, can I write 0 equals to, this one is 0 minus, this is also again 0 plus C2. So from this, I can write C2 equals to 0 again. Okay. Now, so we have calculated the C1, the constant C1. We have calculated the constant C2, and those came to be 0. Okay. Now, we don't know what is the maximum deflection at the center. Okay, so the maximum deflection at the center, we need to find it out. Okay, so it means at x equals to L by 2. Okay, at this point, what will be x equals to L by 2? What will be the maximum deflection? Okay, so the maximum deflection, so here we can write the maximum deflection occurs at x equals to L by 2. That is, if that is the case, so can I write, so EI into y, I can say y at center, YC. Okay, that equals to, I need to put here in this equation, I need to put x equals to L by 2. So it is W by 12 into L by 2 cube minus WL by 8 into L by, or I can write it as 16 here, into L by 2 square. Okay, so this implies EI into YC equals to, this will be W L cube by 96 minus W L cube. This one will be 64. So this implies EIYC equals to minus WL cube divided by 192. Okay, so this implies I can write YC equals to minus WL cube by 192 EI. So this is the deflection at the midspan of a fixed beam having a concentrated load. Okay, this is the deflection at the midspan of a fixed beam having a concentrated load at the midspan. Okay, that's it. So we have calculated what is the maximum deflection, and we have also calculated what is the bending moment at the midspan. Okay, right? That's it. So this completes the case 1. Okay, now we will go to another case. Okay, so let us say that is case 2. Okay, this special case 1. So let us say so here in this special case or case 1, we have the concentrated load here at the center. Okay, now in the next case, let us say the concentrated load is at a distance A or B from the supports A and B. Okay, so it means that there is no symmetry. Then what will be the slope, or what will be the deflection, what will be the maximum bending moment at those, we need to find it out. Okay, so let us take case 2. Okay, before I move to the case 2, anyone is having any kind of doubt in case 1? If you have, you can ask now.
Sir, I have one doubt, sir.
Yes.
Sir, first we calculated x. First we take boundary condition x is equals to 0, dy by dx is equals to 0, sir. And another boundary condition x is equals to L and dy by dx is equals to 0. First we calculated C1 is equals to 0. What about second boundary condition, sir?
Second, see, if we are getting the value of C1, okay, that I understand. So here you are saying, where is that one? Wait, this is 5. Then this one, yes. Okay, so here you are asking, right? This one.
Yes, sir.
Huh? So see,
yes, sir.
Here if I am putting the first boundary condition itself, we are getting the value of C1. Why to again put the value of or this one? No need, only if we are getting from the first equation. Why to go for the second one? Okay, and one more thing, this C1 is a constant one. It cannot have multiple values. Am I correct? Whenever we do the integration of, let us say it is, for example, if I am doing integration of x into dx, okay, so that becomes x square by 2 plus some constant c1. This we did in our mathematics. So this, how this constant value will have two, or how this constant will be having two values. Okay, or if that is creating confusion, then you can forget this condition, no issue. Okay, if that is creating confusion, you can forget this one. You can directly talk about, or because we are taking section here, okay, we are not taking section here, we are taking section here in between AC, so we can only consider for AC the C1 will be 0, no issue. Okay, anyone having any other doubts? Is it clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, so let's go to the next case, that is case 2. Okay. So now I'm talking about case 2. Now what is this case 2? So case 2 is fixed beam having a concentrated load. The fixed beam having a concentrated load placed eccentrically, ECCENTRICALLY, eccentrically on the beam. Eccentrically means, what do you mean by placed eccentrically? Having certain eccentric value.
Away from the neutral axis.
Yes. Huh? What? Away from the neutral axis?
Yes.
No. It is not away from the neutral axis. It is at a certain distance from any of the supports. Okay. This is B. This is the load W. This one. This whole length is L. Okay. So A and B are not equal. Okay. Now, for this case, what will be the, okay, so can I make it into case 1 and case 2? So again, here I will consider simply supported beam. Okay, so I'm having this load. So I'm having this load. This is W. So this length, it is A. This length, it is B. Okay, so and here I will have RA. Here I will have RB, and what else? Okay, and another one will be again a simply supported one. Again a simply supported one with the fixed moments MA and MB. So sorry, I think this is R and this is R. Okay. Okay. So let us say this is figure 1. Please mute your mics. Let us say this is figure 1. This is figure 2. This is figure 3. Okay. So now this is the so for this, what will be the free body diagram? So the free body diagram will be okay. So this is A, this is B. Okay, no doubt this is A, this will be positive again. Okay, and what will be this value, this maximum value? This will be, what will be this value? W AB by, what is the value? Who can tell?
Yes.
L.
WAB by L.
L.
Okay, now this is the, let us say this is figure 4. Okay, or I'm not supposed to write here. Let us say this is figure 4 and this distance is L. Okay, now what will be here? What will be the value of the this bending moment? Who can say? Let us say here and here. This is MA, this is MB, this is L, right? Okay. Now this is, let us say the area of this one is A dash and this is -1. Okay. So this is figure 5. So this is a free bending moment diagram. This is fixed bending moment diagram. Okay. Now if I combine these two bending moment diagrams, what will be my resultant bending moment diagram? So I'm making a sign plus. So what will be my combined bending moment diagram? Let me change the ink for that. Okay, so my combined bending moment diagram will look somewhat like this. So this is for MA, this is for MB. Okay, and let us say, for example, this load here, or let me trace it out. Okay, let us say this one, for example, or this point. Okay, okay, so now this one will be negative, this one will be negative, and this part will be the positive one. And yeah, one more thing, this is mx bar and this is mx. Okay, so now this distance, this one from here to here is W AB by L. Now do we know what is MA and MB? Do we know the value? Till now, no, we don't know that. Okay, so this I can write it as the resultant bending moment diagram for the fixed beam. Okay, so now let's write this, or let's write this in a presentable format. Okay, I hope all of you have got a rough idea about the fixed beam having a concentrated load which is placed eccentrically on the beam. So let's write that in words properly. Okay, so we can write like this. And as I said, in your exam, the way you present it matters a lot. Okay, so here I can write a fixed beam AB of length L uh, of length L is subjected to a concentrated load, is subjected to a concentrated load W at an or W placed, I can write placed eccentrically on the beam. Okay, on the beam such that on the beam such that AC such that AC equals to A, and see one more thing guys, please don't confuse with this A and this A. Okay, or let me write it here, or let me write here the area of this one as capital A. Okay, this is for so that confusion will not be there. Okay, so I'm writing it as the area as a capital A and the area of this fixed bending moment as A dash. Okay, so of beam placed eccentrically on beam such that AC equals to A and CB equals to B. Okay. Next, the fixed, sorry, the free, the first one I took free, the free and the fixed bending moment diagram have been presented in figure 4 and figure 5 respectively. Okay, now one more thing. So here, no doubt, okay, see, no doubt here there is the beam is not symmetric, it is not loaded with symmetric in a symmetric manner. Still then, the area of the bending moment diagram, that is the free bending moment diagram, and the area of the fixed bending moment diagram will be same. Okay, from our theory. Okay, so we can write, let MA and MB are the fixed bending moment or bending moments at A and B respectively. Okay, so we already know, so since the area, of the free and fixed bending moment diagram are equal, we have, okay, so what I can write, okay, so before I go to that one, okay, so before I go to that one, okay, pay attention here. Okay, so here we have a load W, this one it is A, this one it is B. Okay, so and this is RA, this is RB. Okay, and here if we see the area of this one, what is the area, what is the value of area? So again, half into base into height. Okay, so half into base is L, height is WAB by L. Okay, so here I can write, so we have, this implies half into L into WAB by L equals to, now, sorry, now, what is the area of this one? What is the area of this one? It will be average of MA and MB into L. Okay, so that I can write as equals to half of MA plus MB into L. Okay, so from this, MA plus MB, I don't know whether MA and MB are not equal, but I don't know what are their values also. So I just want to write, so MA plus MB equals to WAB by L. So if you solve this one, so see, this 2 gets cancels out, this L gets cancels out, and this L comes below. So MA plus MB equals to WAB by L. Okay, now let us say the centroidal distance, or the distance of the centroid. Let us say here, for example, here we have the centroid. Okay, let us say the distance of the centroid is at a distance of x bar. Okay, at a distance of x bar from the end A, and here the centroidal distance is at a distance of x bar dash. Okay, so let's write that one. Okay, let x bar is the centroidal distance of the free bending moment diagram from support A, and x bar dash is the centroidal distance of the fixed bending moment diagram from support A. Okay, this is x, and this is also this is also support A, right? Okay, so this is also this is x bar and this is x bar dash. Okay, now we have already proven that this x bar and x bar dash are equal. Okay, so since x bar equals to x bar dash, can I write x bar equals to L plus A by 3? Okay, can I write L plus A by 3? Okay, analyze this one. Okay, this one, what is the value of this centroid? What is the value of this centroid? L plus A by 3. Okay, and what is the value of this A dash from A? It is how much? It is, see here, this one, So here we have, so x bar dash, this is for the fixed bending moment diagram. Okay, so for that, so here the centroid, the value of the centroid is x bar equals to, what is the value of x bar? So x bar equals to MA plus 2MB divided by MA plus MB into L by 3. So now since this x bar and x bar dash is equal, I can equate L plus A divided by 3 equals to MA plus 2MB by MA plus MB, okay, into L by 3. So this 3 gets cancels out, okay. So finally we are left, so if you solve this one, we will get MA plus 2MB equals to WAB by L square into L plus A. This is the answer. Okay. Now the next part we will get, or we will do in the next class. Okay.